welcome. Still thinking about excellence and the way to excellence. And 1 Corinthians 12:31 says, advises us, Paul says to us, go for the best gifts, the best spiritual gifts. But then he says, and I show you the more excellent way, a most excellent way. And then he speaks about love in 1 Corinthians 13. And why is love the more excellent way, was the question. And of course, it's like the most positive thing in our world. Like it's the best thing among the positive things in our world. But also, and maybe even more so, living a life of love and growing in the kind of love that is described in 1 Corinthians 13. This is the only way for us to move forward in the excellence of God. Any other way is going to be somehow selfish, going to be somehow about myself. Let me just give you a few examples about that, because I think we can very easily fall into these traps even as believers. One would be, and of course if you compare with love, almost anything is going to sound like kind of ridiculous. I understand that, but still. So trying to be excellent because I want to live up to the expectations of people, okay? Like there is an external demand on me somehow, and people are expecting me to perform well, and I want to become more excellent so that I would live up to their expectations. And this will remove me from God, because trying to please people, excuse me, in Galatians 1:10, it says, I can either serve God or I can serve the world, people and their opinions and their expectations of me. The world rarely aligns with God's goals, very rarely, and even if it does, it's never out of the same motivations as God. And with God, the heart is like paramount. It's like the key issue about the whole thing. So wanting to become more excellent because I want to live up to some expectations of my family, of my my coach, whoever. That's not how it's going to work. Now, am I saying we shouldn't become more excellent as believers and learn and grow? No, that's not what I'm saying. Of course, let's push ourselves. But why and how and trying to live up to others' expectations, I don't believe that's the way to do it. That would be a good motivation. Another one would be like striving for excellence in order to gain acceptance. Okay, like I want to get into that group somehow, and I am trying to prove my excellence in order to be received well. And then God says to us in Ephesians 1:6 that we are already accepted, and it seems that He's saying with that we need not strive for the welcoming of people. And this is hard, especially if you're an insecure person or in a sort of insecure situation, like a teenager, a freshly starting employee, someone new in the neighborhood or at the work. You understand what I'm saying. But still, God expects us to be satisfied with His acceptance. And many of our sisters and brothers have decided to be satisfied with that and live like that, and unwilling to walk away from God for the sake of proving themselves to be excellent in ways that are foreign with God, and thus be accepted by someone else. And then the final thought here is hoping that greater excellence will make me more valuable. Okay, this is perhaps I'm feeling cheap, no value. I cannot add anything to the conversation, to the project, to the family, to the business, whatever it is. And so I try to become better, not just in order to become like a more valuable team member, which would be okay, but I want to become better because that way I will be more valuable as a person, okay? I will be, even in my own eyes, I will be more valuable as a person. And that, then those two can very easily intermingle, but really God is saying to us, you don't need to strive for that. And this is why 1 Corinthians 13 is like the most excellent way. If we want to find God's excellence in our lives, then it's really about love, and why love is so important there. Knowing that we are loved, reciprocating that love and to God, and knowing that we are safe, we are in the family, and our Heavenly Father says to us, hey, the way is leading you forward. The way with me is on. It's forward. It's moving forward. In Ephesians 2:10, he says to us, I have laid out things for you. Let's walk through them together. And that's the way with me. And this is a very, very different world. It's not about being accepted if we do that. It's not about getting loved if we do that. It's not about becoming more valuable if we do that. It's not about trying to live up to God's expectations, but it's kind of like, it's just a love relationship where he says, this is the way forward. Come with me. And then you grow in excellence as a believer. I grow in excellence as a believer simply by walking with him, and it's not about ourselves, but it's about just enjoying him. And what an excellent way that is. God bless your day.